Hi. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another match. Soon after the first one, we have Russia versus Poland, seed 13 versus seed 29. Bit of a big seed difference, but we'll see on this early round if Poland can cause an upset. I am Ethan Taiko, joined by two wonderful casters in the VC by iFlame and Ikin5050. Hello.
Hello. It's a pleasure to be here as a guest caster. Looking forward to this one. We just had a pretty incredible tiebreaker between Vietnam and Malaysia, following it up with hopefully another good match between Russia and Poland. Of course, Russia, top seed in the group. Poland is going to be the lower seed at 29, but this is the first map of this group stage.
Yeah,
Very excited to be here. It's both matches that were on both of the previous matches, Malaysia versus Indonesia and Vietnam versus Hong Kong, were really exciting. So I can't wait to see what this match brings for us. Malaysia got upset actually, so maybe Poland could take some inspiration from that.
Oh, did they? Wow.
Yeah, Malaysia against Indonesia was a 5-2 victory for Indonesia.
Wow,
which was very impressive performance.
Yeah, indeed. But on this match, it looks like Poland will be banning Free Mod 2 and Russia banning Hidden 1. Those both kind of make sense.
I mean,
Russia
notoriously, Russia's not very good at Hidden, right? So, not to say they're bad, just it's not their comfort zone, maybe.
Yeah, they don't necessarily have any strong Hidden players that come to mind anyway. At least not at the sort of TWC level. On Hard Rock, on the other hand, they certainly have a few. Russia is typically they've got quite a few players that are very good at mechanical, high speed, high SV maps. So not a surprising pick from them. We have Taiko Shala and Negroani in for Russia, and the X Factory, and I imagine it will be Niblet, I think, stepping in for Poland.
I imagine Niblet plays a lot of these maps actually, because they are one of the stronger players on the Polish team, to be honest. But I could very well be surprised. Again, the group stage is not super difficult that it'll be at the skill cap of many of these players. They're all quite good in their own right. So maybe it's just a case of finding whoever's most consistent.
Yeah, with the change to 2v2 this year, do you guys feel like that helps either of these two teams?
I think
it helps many teams, yes. It helps a lot of teams in the beginning, but the end does not become any easier whatsoever. Like, if you're trying to go for a podium place, it only gets harder in 2v2, I think.
Yeah, and also, when you think of like 3v3 versus 2v2, the main disadvantage is to countries that have a larger, deeper player base, because they can't deploy all of their players at the same time. Which Russia and Poland do have a lot of players. They're both big countries when it comes to Taiko. I think neither of them, not to say that their players are bad by any stretch of the imagination, but they don't necessarily have like players that are, your Peacefuls, your Can-10s, your Over the Hedges. They've got great players, don't get me wrong, but nobody that necessarily stands out as being that hyper carry. Poland almost has a similar problem. Niblet absolutely is you're probably going to see Niblet never leave the lobby. They've got a lot of good rank restricted players as well, but they just don't have not any other players. There are very few players that really hit hard at the high end, but this isn't a high end pool, so who knows what we could be seeing as we get into this Hard Rock 1.
Yeah, on this pool, group stage, a lot more focused on the consistency as opposed to that skills cap. We've got Septify in the lobby for Russia as well. Was their best player in the qualifiers by a pretty decent margin, so potentially Niblet and Septify going to be two of the players to watch out for on this one.
To be honest, I'm quite surprised Ako9 is not playing this, because whenever I look at any leaderboard, I see them with a Hard Rock SS. Literally anything under 240 BPM, Ako9 SS is with Hard Rock for no reason.
No, exactly.
I'm quite surprised they're not playing. And maybe, again, this goes to show what you were talking about. Russia has quite a deep roster, but they are all kind of focused on playing Hard Rock quite well.
Yeah, the few things that Russia specializes in, they do tremendously, but yeah, with their hiddens, they definitely struggle outside of that. But on a group stage like this, they can still absolutely destroy. And so far, they've got Taiko, Shala, and Niblet are matching each other with the SS. And so it really, as I say that, Niblet drops the SS. It was a battle of the bottom 2 players. Falak dipping below 99 accuracy, which is giving Russia this lead on their first pick.
Yeah, Septify definitely getting the better of it compared to Falak, but again, Falak is quite close to 99% full combo. It's not a bad score by any means, it's just not maybe quite... Ooh, I've cursed him so bad. I'm so sorry. Oh no. That's a really unfortunate miss. It definitely doesn't help Poland's cause in this point.
No, with that miss, the score lead for Russia pretty much instantly doubles, and with a third of the map to go and 1 key eye remaining, it's going to be tough for Poland to bring this one back, but they're not completely out of it just yet.
There is no realistic accuracy drop that's going to happen from Russia. They'll bring this back. You need to see
the
Russian players.
You'd need to see some, you need to see some heavy misses, and I don't even think there's. I mean, this map is very long, only 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I'm not even sure if there's enough notes left to bring this back, as Russia now stretching a 50,000 point lead over the Polish. Oh,
Maybe
and
we can
Taiko
cope.
dropped.
We
Yes,
can cope and just say they picked their comfort zone first, and you know, of course they're going to win their comfort picks, right? That's how it works. Every team has their comfort picks, and
always disregard first pick.
Yeah, but once you deplete your comfort pool of maps, that's when the true Taiko champions show themselves. And Poland put up a really good performance here. Very respectable effort.
Yeah, 8100 FC from Niblet. Falak with the 1 miss, got above 1 mil, so that's still a very good score. Septify with the 4 100s, and Taiko Shella leading the lobby with a 2 100 FC. Bad axe, sorry team. Okay,
that's funny. I just pop scored the lobby. Sorry guys.
My bad.
They're having fun with it.
They are.
Quick no mod 1 pick. Now in standard, no mod 1 in these early stages is pretty much always the coin flip pick. Is that similar in Taiko?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I will say in Taiko it gets worse. Not worse, but like a lot of maps in the group stage are coin flip. Like no mod 1 and no mod 3 typically
pretty coin flippy,
yeah, because no mod 3 is in this case it's the speed map that doesn't actually end up being fast enough to force people outside of their skill caps, and then both of them just become an accuracy battle, and who can deal with the nerves best.
I think in the last match that you commentated, Ethan, we saw a 3-way SS on this one, just one player dropping accuracy.
It was indeed. That was quite a match to watch as Akanine steps in, but yeah, because it was the irony being, of course, that in that last match, Buttermilk, the hidden SS farmer, was the only one who played No Mod 1 who didn't SS.
Should have put a hidden on it.
Should have put a hidden on it, yeah. But yeah, I see somebody in chat ask about what the Taiko slot pooling conventions are. So No Mod 1's generally your consistency, accuracy based kind of pick. 2 is tech, you're going to see more rhythmic changes. 3 is speed, 4 and 5 are kind of where it gets a bit looser with it. Yeah, normally they're both either sort of gimmick and or stream. They get swapped around. Hidden 1, slow hidden, which gets banned a lot. Hidden 2 is more consistency, or in the later stages, speed hidden. Hard rock 1 is techie accuracy. 2 is hard rock fast SV. And then you've got DT1 techie stuff. DT2 is another speed pick, but usually a bit more dense. And I suppose, is it a gimmick slot this year, or is it an SV slot for No Mod 4?
Pardon me? No Mod 4, I believe, is SV rather than gimmick. Notably, over the last few years, Taiko World Cup as a tournament has been trying to move away from the really visually impressive kind of what we in the scene like to call notepad gimmicks.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
the kind of stuff that really, bar lines and storyboards and stuff that really taxes your computer. We'll call it. It's a lot more scroll speed changes and just really awkward reading. Ooh, we see a really early act drop from Miklinkluro. That could just be a little bit of nerves as this is their first map. It could just be settling in.
And it is Poland's first pick as well. But yeah, we have Akanine and Taiko Shala in for Russia, and once again, familiar face to those who have just been watching the previous match. We find ourselves with 3 SSs and the player in the bottom right not SSing, and in fact picking up a miss on the slowdown. That is actually going to be quite problematic for Poland. It's going to give Russia a fairly decent advantage, and on this no mod 1, a miss is pretty lethal.
Yeah, it's unlikely that people really miss this map.
Yeah, especially a team like Russia is going to be one of the highest seeded teams in these group stages. You can't really rely on a miss from them, let alone having one of them drop their accuracies down to 99. So Poland on their first pick, they've got a pretty monumental task ahead of them, already down by 30,000 points here, and looking like we may be heading towards a quick break point here as Russia still holding that double SS, as is Niblet.
Doing incredibly well on this no mod 1. I mean, this is a very comfortable map for that. I mean, it's a very comfortable map for all players. I think Micklin was genuinely just a bit unlucky picking up that miss on that slowdown.
They have, however, they haven't got the accuracy to match, even if we ignore that miss, sadly.
Yeah.
It is a gamble, right? You know, Russia could have one of their players explode and, you know, drop as well, but
they are. It doesn't look like it. Will we be seeing another triple SS? This will be another. I mean, I think there's a fair few teams that we've only had like 4 or 5 matches, and oh, we're not going to get a double SS on the same team, but we might still get a double SS in the lobby. Ah, I'm sorry, Taiko Shala. A 1-100 right near the end. There will be 2 SSs in the lobby from Niblet and Akanine, and a 1-100 from Taiko Shala as Russia take an early breakpoint off of Poland.
See, this is where Taiko Shala should say sorry for low AC team.
Yeah.
Low accuracy SS, yeah.
And I mean, after that Hard Rock 1, does Russia just go back to the Hard Rocks here?
I mean, you could. Yeah. I don't feel like free mod is necessarily super favored for them, because that, like, Niblet is a player who can definitely play Hidden Hard Rock extremely comfortably. So I'm not sure free mod is there. I feel like double time could be quite good for Russia as well, because it does really, like, the higher OD is really quite detrimental, and obviously they're quite used to it playing Hard Rock a lot.
They're going to go with no mod 5. I think that makes sense. A lot of the Russian team will be very comfortable on a map like this. And they have got Skrismy. I've definitely butchered that one. I apologize.
Should have gambled for Poland. Yeah, I mean, the people in chat are not believers, but I think Poland can at least take a few points and probably even mount a comeback.
Exactly.
Again, a lot of these maps are very coin flippy.
Yeah, it could be tough for Poland. And if you look at the qualifiers, they're a very consistent team on a lot of skill sets, but as a lower seeded team, I don't know that that's necessarily an advantage against a team like Russia, because it's a lot harder to find a good weakness to attack. At least that's true in Standard. I would imagine it's similar in Taiko.
Yeah, and you might say, you know, oh, there's a quite big disparity in the seedings, but again, the group stages are, you know, within most people's skill gap, so it's not that the seedings matter that much. You can't really.
I mean, you were saying Indonesia upset Malaysia? Was it
Malaysia
earlier?
was the top
9 seed.
Top seed
Yeah.
that is playing group stage, so everything can happen.
Yeah, everything's still to play for here for Poland. Of course, they are down a break point, so they're going to have to continue to win their own picks and just bide their time until they can find a break point, potentially later in the match when the strongest picks for Russia start to run out.
Yeah, but this group stage, I think Russia's definitely as well as just having decent all-round coverage. Their main advantage is just sheer skill cap, and I think they'd struggle. Poland would definitely have a job finding a map that Russia isn't comfortable on. I mean, they banned Hidden 1, so maybe there's a Hidden 2
Probably
possibility.
is, to be honest.
But
It probably is.
Yeah.
But that depends on can Poland play hidden as well, right?
Yeah, I think
Because-
Nibble definitely can, but do they have a
Yeah,
second? Who knows?
Or by that logic, you could go for the free mod and maybe gamble on the idea that Russia is not super comfortable on hidden hard rock, if Niblet is, and then you could, 3 mod versus 2 mod or 3 mod versus 3 mod, but someone on Russia you're not expecting to do super well.
Yeah.
Early
Who
accuracy
knows?
drops from both players on the side of Poland now. Septify does trade that accuracy drop back, and it is just Taiko Shala currently still holding that SF.
It's only 5,000 points, it's not a huge margin by any means, maybe 3 100s? or
Yeah,
so.
not many. But, a couple more dropped there from Skris on the bottom right, and now that lead has doubled, even tripled as it gets into
Ooh, that's
18,000.
That's
rough.
That is not looking good. Dropping to
Yeah.
98.7%, which is still very high accuracy, but
On a map like this, in this round,
it's not high
it's
enough.
rough.
Yeah.
No. And you can see that reflected in the fact that Poland now just shy of 20,000 points behind Russia. With only a third or so left of the map. Yeah, and this is not a bad score from Skris when all things considered, but just not able to compete with the likes of Taiko Shala and Septify, who are, I think Septify's dropped to 1/100 maybe.
Yes. Danutka was saying that Skris might be side reading it, so that probably doesn't help their accuracy, but we don't know if that's true. That's just a rumor.
Not a miss on the slow section.
Oh,
no.
jeez, that's
I
not
know the
helpful.
feeling.
That is
it's
not going to help
heartbreaking.
at all.
But I think
Oh,
that's
no.
definitely point for Russia then. I don't see a way that... with the FC, there was definitely a possibility, but as the map closes to end, yeah, that miss. Looks like Russia will take their second pick and go 3-0 up as Taiko Shala doesn't have bad accuracy this time and will SS.
Zay's evil streams claim another.
It's another
yeah,
perfect
second
scenario to
team
type.
on
Bad
fire.
act, sorry team.
Yo, that's at some point it becomes toxic.
At some point, yeah. But yeah, very impressive score from Russia as a team there. 2 100s between them. And yeah, looking 2 points away from victory. Poland need to find an answer here to Russia, going with No Mod 4, that SV gimmicky map.
It's going to be a very important point, very important map for Poland. You know, one break point, very comebackable. You give up a second, go down 4-0. As a score advantage, nearly impossible to come back from.
They just need to put this pressure on themselves to perform. I think that's what they're doing. They're giving Russia a false sense of security, and then when the
There you
pressure
go.
really is on, that's when they lock in.
It's brilliant.
Exactly.
Why has
4-1
nobody ever
incident.
thought of this before?
Taiko Shala asking when they will leave the lobby. Being responded to by
Been
Niblet,
2
who
more
also
maps.
hasn't left the lobby. Stuck here forever, I am afraid. Life of the carry. But once again, Taiko Shala and Septify in for Russia, Nibbler and Nickname 2500 in for Poland. And this is sort of what we were saying, really.
There's a
Nibbler
lot
has
of numbers.
definitely... It is. Nibbler's definitely been keeping pace with the Russians and has definitely beaten the scores on occasion. Just the second player from Poland. Again, they're not bad players, but just not quite at the level that TWC requires, even in this early groups. I mean, accuracy-wise in this group stage, definitely. But here we go with this SV gimmicky map, and it is Poland who will take an early act lead as Taiko Shala is the first to drop the 100s.
To be honest, this is a great strategy by Poland. I think I've definitely used this myself in Taiko World Cup before. We were playing against a team that we think is just so much stronger mechanically that you force them to play something which doesn't leverage their mechanical skill as much. You focus on the reading and force them to really show how good they are at that.
Exactly. And it's
With
paying
3
off.
SSs still on, oh no, 2 SSs on the board still, both for Poland.
Yeah.
For the
This
first
is
time,
a bit. Yeah, Poland look way more comfortable on this now.
for the first time this match, Poland find themselves what feels like a pretty comfortable advantage. You're up 30,000 points. Is going to be really nice for them. And both players on the side of Russia down below 9.5 accuracy. And this is a really impressive score from Poland on this map so far.
Yeah, very impressive team score.
It does
Russia
not
not
get
bad.
easier.
Yeah. Where has this Poland been? Ooh, I speak a little bit too soon, maybe. His nickname picking up some misses, and that's eaten a huge chunk out of Poland's formidable lead. It doesn't quite go over, but it is close, and it is shrinking. 4,000 points, 3,000, 2,000 points. There's not that long left in the map, though.
Any slight inconsistency by Russia, not max scoring this outro, will force this to not flip, I think. I'm not sure if there's enough map left.
I don't know. Nickname's nerves
2,800
must be
points
through
right
the
now.
roof. He didn't hit a single 100 on that slowdown after
really?
that miss, and that saved Poland's point
Wow.
there. 106 miss. Wow.
Holy crap. That's... you could not have made that closer if they tried.
I mean, respect to Niblet for the SS. What an impressive score. But to be able to miss like that at the very end of that map and still lock in the accuracy to save the point, incredibly impressive there from Nickname. And Poland will avoid the sweep 3-1 to them.
A quick DT2 pick, so it looks like we're getting some tapping out of Russia. Well, speed, I should say. Obviously, it's all tapping.
Yeah.
Taiko.
Which is an interesting one, really. We were just saying, or Iken was just saying, against a team like Russia, you really want to leverage the picks that aren't mechanics-based and go for something that's more reading-heavy or accuracy-focused, and this is definitely not that. But this is Poland.
To be fair, Russia is just
Russia
trying
picked
to
this.
win their own points. Yeah, they can win their own points.
Why did I think that Poland picked this? My bad.
Oh yeah, you're making a lot
I was
of
making a big
sense.
pointer. Would have made a lot of sense if that was Poland's pick, but it was not, and I can't see the colours blue and red apparently.
Yes, I will say, DT2 is so short. It's like less than 90 seconds. It is really, really fast. And it's just over all of a sudden. So
It's a very dense map.
there is no room for any mistakes. 700 notes only, every single one of them counts.
Yeah, we will see. I can see some people in chat are mentioning a 4-1. Ooh, as Niblet really wants to run back that SS.
Here
Apparently.
we go.
I just had a couple in this match so far. Maybe
Yes,
you're going to be able to find
indeed.
another one on the DT2.
Yeah, this is kind of a Russia map pick. This is definitely
Oh, yeah.
Russia's speciality kind of here. And they got Falek in for Poland, Taiko and Akanine for Russia.
I mean, Falix struggled on their first map, but maybe they've warmed up now and they're fine. I'd hope to see them. They're dropping a little bit of accuracy, but they're still hitting everything. It's not the end of the world.
They do.
That being
have
said,
Falek.
on such a short map, it's
Yeah,
not
every
good.
100 counts. Yeah.
We said they're on the same accuracy as Niblets, so
Yeah. Russia, on the other hand, I mean, yeah, they look steady and comfortable as ever.
Yeah, Poland haven't found too big of accuracy drops, but if Russia doesn't find any, then it doesn't make much of a difference. So we'll see if Russia can survive this ending.
So far, they look incredibly solid. 20,000 point lead. Not a single 100 dropped between the pair of them. And yeah, there's about 100 or so notes left in the map.
this is where we start
now.
caster cursing them. There's no way Russia will get a double SS
No
on
way.
double time too.
There's no
Surely
way.
there's no way,
Surely
right?
not.
guys?
I don't. At this point, I don't think even the caster curse is powerful enough to stop Russia. It will be
and
the
I
double
mean-
SS.
Why? It worked!
Well, he
It
didn't.
worked!
Let's go! Success!
Low accuracy SS by
yeah.
Taiko Shala.
I love it when people low accuracy SS. And that will take a score to one that I think Polish standard fans may be familiar with. It's 4-1.
Aha. The most dangerous lead in Taiko?
The most dangerous lead in all of Osu.
It's all gonna flip from here on out. This is exactly as the script intended.
Russia have played exactly into Poland's plan. It's all over for them.
There's no way they can win. It's mathematically impossible.
Exactly.
True. Lincoln is a statistics professional.
0% chance of winning.
What do we pick here from Poland? Is it? I mean, HD2 feels nice because Russia obviously don't like HD, but
Yeah.
supposedly Poland are missing their second HD player. It's gonna be HD2 after all.
I
Yeah.
think if you want to gamble, you go for Nomad 3, but maybe you try to exploit their weakness on Hidden. Their perceived weakness on Hidden.
Gamba to the end. So yeah, I think this is definitely a map that they think is going to be pretty close, but Taiko Shala getting their wish and stepping out for a
Hell
match,
yeah.
for a map.
I'm so ready to see 4-2 right now.
Would be nice, you know. There's still hope for a second tiebreaker.
It would only be right.
I looked over at chat. I had to.
Yeah, allegedly.
There's some
two-
people being silly.
You know, I've not heard it described as such, but you know, maybe that is what gives the Polish the power required to bring us back to 4-2.
Maybe. I was a Hidden 2 player myself. No, I'm just...
Oh, hey, you got anything to say about that, Ethan? Do you? Yeah.
Hidden 2. Here's a Hidden 2 specialist. Anyway, match
Ooh,
has
Phallic
started.
Struggling
Yeah.
a little bit at the beginning of the map, but we're still finding accuracy. Not that
It's
bad.
2 minutes long. It's not the longest map. There's time to recover.
Yeah,
however,
but you need to actually start recovering then. Oh, that's a whole pattern which this time that's not great.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh no.
It's a
I
very
think,
valiant effort,
unfortunately,
but
yeah.
that is not looking promising.
Yeah. It's,
I
unfortunate for
believe
Poland.
I believe
listen.
Negroni could disconnect accidentally.
What an ominous statement.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that might be what it takes for Poland to win this Hidden 2 pick.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a very high barrier for Poland, put it that way. They have played very well in this match, all things considered. But yeah, at a near 100,000 point lead now, it is going to be pretty impossible for Poland to come back from this naturally. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not over yet. It looks pretty over though.
It looks. I mean, 100,000 points is a nice lead in
Oh,
standard. In Taiko,
Negroni
it's
misses.
pretty massive.
Negroni misses. Only a few more of those and we're so back.
Oh, we need quite a few more of those.
Yeah, we might need to disconnect at this point.
Listen, you can no lock an entire stream. It's not unheard of.
No, this is true.
Ye of Little Faith. That's a
Yes.
very good score coming out from Septify, though.
It really is.
It's a sensational score, actually. Maybe everyone has misinterpreted this. Russia did not look weak on Hidden at all.
No, they really didn't.
Septify with a incredible score.
I suppose in the grand scheme of the match, they've been sort of FCing and SSing all their picks pretty
Yeah.
much. So a 9-100 6 miss guess by relativity you would say is weak for them in quotation marks, but yeah, still an incredibly solid team score, and Septify really, wow, what a good score from them. And that will be the end for Poland, sadly, losing 5-1 in this group stage to Russia.
I believe if they beat, this is still the first match of group, so
Yeah, they
they
have
do
to
still
beat
have,
Portugal, and they can
yeah, they
still go
can
through.
still play for second, so they're not out of it just
Portugal
yet.
looked quite strong, but Portugal's seed 19. Maybe it's a bit more of an equal, a bit more equal of a
Mm.
matchup compared to seed 13. And notably, Portugal only has 4 players, so maybe they don't quite have the breadth of the
Portugal,
roster.
yeah. Portugal technically, I think, really have 2 players in Baby Snakes, and Warp will be their main carries, but I know Warp is very much a skill cap player, so hope is not lost for Poland on this low AC pool, on this low AC pool, on this low,
Low
star
hack, yeah.
pool, low AC pool for real. But anyway, all that to come. A couple other matches upcoming in rest of the day. We got a little break. I don't know if the B channel match is still happening. I assume it is.
It
So
is,
by all means,
3-2.
go over and watch
Yeah,
that.
3-2 for the Philippines. Malaysia looks like they're in trouble, actually. That's not what people expected from the highest seeded qualifier team in the group stages.
Actually, yeah, everybody go watch that match, because that seems very interesting. But
cinema.
Yeah, but other than that, we will see you back in about an hour and a half at 16 UTC for Norway, Hong Kong, and the aforementioned Portugal versus Russia.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us. It's been really fun doing this guest casting, and I hope that I hope you've found it enjoyable as well.
It's been so much fun. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, it was great casting alongside the two of you. I hope we could do it again in the future sometime. But for now, it's farewell.
Okay, right. I'm gonna go watch Malaysia versus the Philippines. I'll see you there.
Same.
Sounds good. I'll do the same.